Let's talk about the causes of gentrification and displacement, then how we can minimize these issues during development. Gentrification can refer to a lot of different things. So to be clear, I'm defining it as when people of higher incomes who are often white move into lower income neighborhoods that are often majority black or brown, which leads to new development, then demographic and cultural changes. After World War II, the Federal Highway Act, redlining, blockbusting, poorly funded public housing, and the GI Bill all encouraged white families to leave cities for the suburbs while barring minorities from doing the same. As cities became more ethnically diverse, they also became more poor due to these segregationist policies, which led to urban decay and increased crime. Now, in recent decades, wealthy and white people are once again moving back into cities. So residents in these disinvested communities have an understandable skepticism toward outsiders trying to fix them. But here's the thing, most high-income earners who moved to low-income neighborhoods would have preferred to live in high-income ones, but they got priced out. This happens because we've been underbuilding housing for decades due to exclusionary zoning, along with policies like mandatory community input, design review boards, building height limits, and density restrictions, all of which make it difficult to build. When we don't build for higher income earners where there's demand, they move to compete with lower income earners and win every time, perpetuating this cycle of displacement between classes. We can't stop people from demanding to live in an area by blocking development. We can only integrate them with better or worse policies. And this isn't just contained to neighborhoods. For example, a high-income earner displaced from San Francisco will likely move to a lower-income town nearby or in a different state. The vast majority of research shows building market-rate housing stabilizes or even reduces displacement and rents at both the metro and local level by giving residents more options to move around. Also, many buildings that get labeled luxury are just market rate and even include a percentage of subsidized affordable units. Gentrification discourse focuses on aesthetics because new architecture clashes with building styles built 50 or 100 years ago. But if we want affordability, then options like 5/1s make sense because they're the cheapest way to build with high costs of labor and materials. It's also important to note that by the time you see coffee shops or apartments move into a neighborhood, it had begun gentrifying years ago and investors are just now primed to invest in it. We can't bring neighborhoods out of poverty by keeping them segregated with the very zoning laws that created these issues. Exclusionary zoning favors wealthy property owners, landlords, and the largest developers who can afford to cut through red tape and exploit scarcity in any market. So if we want to minimize the negatives of gentrification and maintain the positives of development, we need to legalize mixed use and multifamily housing to meet everyone's needs. Research shows that new housing doesn't cause much, if any, displacement, but in some cases it can still happen through raised rents, taxes, or cultural changes. Meaning we also need to fund public or publicly subsidized housing in mixed income areas paired with renter protection programs for the most vulnerable. Plus, to increase diverse development, we need to ban minimum parking and lot size mandates. Then, to discourage land speculation, we need to pass a land value or vacancy tax, all of which will make it easier to build sustainable, accessible, affordable, equitable, and walkable communities for everyone.